Hi everybody! Welcome to Wednesdays with Anna! It's good to see you, but I'm not really seeing you yet. I am so happy to be here today, and I am going to be talking about 3 different things today, so get ready and hold on tight. Just kidding, it's not really that exciting. The first thing I want to talk to you about is last night I wrote a very difficult email. And it was really long and dramatic and drawn out because I was asking for help. I was asking for postpartum help because yes, we need to learn how to ask for help. It's so hard. It's so hard to ask for help. And so I gathered a list of friends and family whom I really trust, and I felt thankful that it was actually a plentiful list. I was pleased with that. So I wrote this email out, and it was really intimidating, but I let them know my needs and just inquired if they could kind of plan on helping me. I've gotten some responses today. Everything was of course positive, but it was just vulnerable, especially because I'm a little bit special, being that I am a highly sensitive person and I've experienced some trauma, if you will, lightly used, in the last 3 years after my birth with Colin, and even before that after my birth with Ella, and just trying to make sure that my needs are communicated before I have to correct something in the moment was really necessary for me, because last time I was kind of put in a position several times to when I was recovering, like 2 days after I had the baby, to really step up and confront some issues with things, and that happened after Ella also, and it was really hard for me, and it was devastating emotionally and physically. It took me back, so I had to really step up and ask for things ahead of time. So I'm hoping that this time I get a better response as far as when the moment actually comes, and for the weeks that follow the birth, that I am well taken care of and I don't have to confront other people's issues while I'm recovering, or help other people walk through things, because I've just learned I can't do that. That's not the time for me to do that. I would love to help people afterwards, like several weeks or months down the road, once, you know, I've had some time. But 2 days after I've just birthed my 3rd or 4th baby or 2nd baby, not the best time. So I'm hoping that helps. So it was a really hard email to do, but it has been so far well received, and I'm sure that there's eye rolling on the other side of the computers, but it's what I had to do. So that was uncomfortable. But the other thing is suffocating. You guys, I am suffocating in my own clothing. Do you guys experience this? Whether you're pregnant or bloated or whatever. I don't fit in most of my maternity clothes anymore that people have loaned me. But I mean, I'm having to pull things on and then just rip them off my body as fast as I can, because I'm like, I don't fit in anything anymore. So I'm expanding forwards and backwards and sideways and all kinds of ways, and I am literally suffocating in most of my clothing. So when I am home all day and I don't plan on going out, it's pretty much jammy pants and a tank top that is like doubled over to just let my tummy breathe, because everything feels like it's even squeezing my belly and my hips and everything. So it's just been ridiculous to feel like I'm suffocating in my own clothes. So do you deal with this? You know, I'm trying to not obviously buy anything new or even borrow anything new, because I feel like I have bags of clothes from like 4 different women, and I'm going, ooh, whose is this and whose is that, and want to make sure I get it back to them. So there's already so much going on. So because I only kept a few things, but then I give it out to people, and some of it comes back, some of it doesn't, you know. So suffocating in my own clothing, guys, it's real. It's a struggle. I'm not even kidding. The struggle is real. The 3rd and final thing, guys, it's happened. I was worried that it wouldn't happen because I wasn't feeling it, but it has happened. Nesting.
Go. This is happening right now. We're moving stuff into the room.
Oh, it's a giant.
This used to be Ella's, and we got this for free, right? Or it's for free from a friend. And then this what's this, a bassinet or co-sleeper or something?
Co-sleeper.
Yeah, so we're getting ready and we're washing our bedding and stuff.
You guys know about nesting? I'm sure you do. I have not really felt it. Usually by now I'm a little nesty. It probably is because of all the stress we've been under and because I can't buy anything. Like, we're not even in a place to buy diapers yet for the new baby. We'll get there. It'll be okay. We'll have diapers, but we're just not there yet. And I can't buy birthing supplies or fun things for the baby yet. And we're waiting also until the baby's born to know if it's a boy or a girl to buy things, other things that are more specific. So there's not been a lot of that, but I was worried because our house is a disaster. And I was waiting for the nesting instinct to kick in and it wasn't kicking in, and I'm going, how am I gonna do this? I feel tired and I'm suffocating every day. I feel like I've been wearing skinny jeans all day or something, and I take them off and I'm like, nope, that wasn't it. It's just my body. I mean, even when I'm dealing with that, like, it's just really hard. So yeah, to think like, let me get up and let me vacuum and dust and do all this deep cleaning and really get organized and stuff like that. Wasn't really on my radar, and I was worried because I'm like, the house is a mess. But it finally kicked in. Last night I felt it, but I couldn't do anything about it because I needed the kids to be awake in order for me to do the kind of nesting that I do. Because ladies, I think some of you guys can probably identify with this, is that you want to do massive things. You want to move the furniture. You want to tear out the carpet. You want to paint the walls. You want to do things like that. That's how I get. And I had to hold myself back, obviously. But I did want to move a gigantic dresser from the kids' room into our room and vacuum and sweep and dust, and then get a bookshelf thing out of our room and put it in the kids' room and blah, blah, blah. I got a lot of it done today. You guys, I vacuumed my lampshades. I vacuumed my lampshades.
Wow.
Yeah, right?
They look really nice.
I don't think I've ever done that. I usually just take a rag and like get the dust off. But I vacuumed my lampshades. Like, that's how thorough I was today. And I even went into the other bathroom. I cleaned our bathroom, and then I went into the other bathroom and cleaned it when I had no more energy and everything, but I just couldn't stand it. And I was like, this is definitely nesting, because I would gladly just sit down right now. But that nesting instinct, man, that thing, serious business. It kicked in full force. So I'm exhausted. And there's still so much to be done. Joel was like, you worked so hard today. And I was like, yeah. And I looked around and I'm like, I got nothing done still. Like, our room it looks like it's making some progress, thankfully. But there's like just messes everywhere else. So at least our room is pretty much done at this point. As much as we can do for the baby in there. And the bathroom is really clean, and now I'm probably going to want to work on the kids' room and the office and like the living room. The living room is actually pretty well done because we worked really hard on the kids' room and the living room before the yard sale, and even a lot of the office. So a lot of the clutter is gone, but now it's just making it clean and organized and get a lot of the deep cleaning done, especially because one of the things that we wanted to do before the baby came was to hire our cleaners. And I say our cleaners very loosely. They were our cleaners one time after the rat incident. And so we hired them and brought them in, and we thought, oh, we'll do this every month until the baby comes, and maybe for a couple months after. And then you know the story, everything happened. So I was like, okay, well, we had a budget set aside, a sinking fund for the cleaners, and we just thought, okay, well, we'll just keep what we have and do 1 month, the month that the baby comes. So we'll do it in early May. And then we were like, we're gonna have to tap into that budget and say goodbye to the cleaners, which was really sad, but that's what you gotta do. So I sucked it up today and I said, okay, I'm going to scrub the shower. I'm going to scrub the toilets. I'm going to do the dusting. And it was satisfying, exhausting, but satisfying. And just knowing, like, you know, sometimes I feel like that's the way it should be. It's my mess. Why would I hire somebody else to come clean it? So it did feel good in that regard. However, it was really nice to walk into our home that one time that it got cleaned and know that it was done. And there's so much more to be done, like the refrigerator and, you know, all of that stuff. So anyway, those are the 3 things that I wanted to talk to you about because that is what has been happening in my life. I turned 35 weeks on Sunday, which is, it feels huge because it's like, oh my goodness, we're like countdown mode, like we're at 5 weeks. So by the time you see this, we'll be at like 4.5 weeks, which is just crazy. So I'm still soaking in every little bit, but every day that comes, I get more and more excited to hold this little baby and just praying that this baby is healthy. And I thought that the closer I got to the birth, the more I would want to the closer I would identify with like a sex of the baby, like a boy or a girl. But I feel like the closer I get to the birth, the more it doesn't matter. Like, I think I just am like really focused in on like who this new person is and what they're going to bring to our family and what the birth experience is going to be like. I have a lot of nerves about the birth experience, so I'm trying to work through some of those right now. Still no cravings or anything like that. Not like a huge appetite. I do want like treats because the days are just stressful. And so I think I would want that even if I wasn't pregnant. And again, it's not like I want a certain something. I want to feel spoiled right now. I want to feel like mommy's getting a break. And but it's good that I don't have all these sweets in the house. Like, that is a really, really good thing because I would totally eat them. Would you guys like to see a belly shot? I will show you a belly shot. I'm wearing kind of a weird shirt for it. And I'm wearing jammy pants again, so you'll have to excuse me. But I didn't have to leave my house today, so this is my belly. That's the belly. 35 weeks. That's my belly, guys. So it doesn't feel huge. It's definitely like cumbersome. I feel like my legs are suffocating when I'm standing for too long a lot of the time, like I was talking about. And everywhere I go, it's still divided. Everybody thinks it's gotta be a boy, it's gotta be a girl. So who really knows? I don't know the sex of my baby, and neither do you. like that shirt. So I hope that you've enjoyed what we've talked about today, and I'd love to hear your comments and feedback. And if you liked this video, please share it with your friends. It was great talking to you guys and sharing my life with you. Thank you so much for showing any interest in it, but it is really special to me, and I love hearing your feedback and your comments and what your lives look like too. And your feedback from the last one was so great, and just knowing that it actually touched some of you and was really helpful in that moment really meant something to me. It made me feel really not alone and just useful, because right now I don't feel very useful all the time. So it was so nice to feel like I could actually be a blessing to you. So thank you for sharing that with me, and I'm always here for your comments and questions and things. So don't be shy, don't be afraid to share with me. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye.